Welcome to For Your Life, a half hour of information and entertainment, plus delicious recipes and meal ideas to inspire you and your family this holiday season. I'm Stacey Englehart. Well, this time of year, we have a lot of For Your Life fans writing in requesting new recipe ideas for entertaining guests. We're excited to answer the call and bring you a couple of appetizing new thoughts on how to wow your family and friends at your next get-together. I'm in one of Toronto's premier cooking schools, and I'm really excited about what we've got coming up. We brought together two extremely talented cooks and food bloggers who'll be competing to show off their creativity. Now, the key ingredient we'll feature is mushrooms. But here's the kicker. I don't even like mushrooms, so they're really gonna have to wow me on this one. Let's meet our cooks.
My name's Brittany Stager, and I've been a food blogger for the past 6 years, but by day I work in food marketing, which is really great because I'm really passionate about food.
My name is Carol Nelson Brown. I've been food blogging for about 6 years, and now I work as a cooking instructor and recipe developer.
Stacey's gonna like my meatball the best because who doesn't like a meatball?
I think Stacey's going to like my dish the best because not only is it filled with really yummy beef and mushroom spicy filling, but there's a really flaky pastry.
So let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take some butter.
So real butter.
Real butter. And then in here,
What do we have?
I have a chopped onion, 3 scallions, some Scotch bonnet pepper, which is a really spicy Jamaican pepper.
What kind of mushrooms are you using?
We are using a mixture of white and cremini mushrooms. Just give them a few pulses until they grind up and they look like ground beef. They're magic. So one of the reasons I add mushrooms is because if you leave mushrooms in the sun for a little bit, they generate their own vitamin D. Often growers will give them a blast of UV for a couple minutes. So these are ready now. We can put them in the bowl. They've softened. So what we're going to do is add our beef and the mushrooms. So as you can see, the mushrooms are blending right in there with the beef, and you can't really even see the difference. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these aromatics back into the pan.
Okay.
As well as this mixture of curry powder and Jamaican allspice.
Ooh, so it's
Very.
gonna give it a little more kick.
Yes. And the next thing I'm going to add is about a 1/4 cup of fresh breadcrumbs. Another really important Jamaican ingredient is thyme.
Okay.
So we're going to just lay some sprigs of thyme.
I always thought that I needed to take it all off individually.
No, the leaves will actually fall off while it cooks. So now we're going to add about a 1/2 cup of chicken stock. Okay, so now we're going to cover it. We're just going to leave this on medium-low for 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna check on Brittany.
Okay.
So how's it coming along, Brittany?
It's coming along great, thanks for asking.
So what are we doing here?
So I'm making blended meatballs.
And this, I believe, is mushrooms, right?
That is mushrooms. I've
Okay.
actually already processed them in the food processor.
Okay.
And get that texture like ground beef, and I've cooked them down in a little bit of olive oil. And as you can see, it looks very much like ground beef already,
It looks exactly like ground beef.
which is key for someone like you because from what I understand, you don't like mushrooms.
Like mushrooms.
So that's the secret ingredient in these meatballs today is these finely chopped mushrooms. Now that those are cool, we're going to build our meat base, which
Okay.
consists of some ground beef, breadcrumbs, onions, garlic.
Garlic, I love the smell of
Gotta have garlic. And you know what? This recipe is so simple and easy with just a few ingredients. And then we have an egg. So now that we've got everything in our bowl here, we're gonna add in our cooled, finely chopped mushrooms. And I've used white button in this recipe, but you could actually use any mushrooms that you have on hand.
Okay.
And now the fun part.
Getting the hands all sticky.
Getting the hands in there and forming that together. So once everything's sort of incorporated, you're going to take your meatball and just form it ever so slightly in your hand and put it on a parchment-lined baking tray.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you finish and I'm gonna go check in on Carol.
Great, thanks.
Stay tuned to see our cooks finish those mushroom appetizers, which turn out amazing, and find out the winner. Coming up next, we hit the streets to survey Canadians about one of everyone's favorite topics, money. Now, we asked average Canadians their opinions on everything from winning the lottery to their dream retirement. The answers are entertaining and surprising. Check this out.
If I won $10 million, I would probably put it in the bank until I can figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Buy a big house, put the rest in the bank.
I'd have some fun with part of the money, and the majority of it would be invested.
I will spend it all. It's more fun.
My chances of winning the lottery, probably nil. I don't buy tickets.
I really hope they're good because I need the money. Probably not very good, but I still buy tickets.
How would I invest the money? I don't really know how to invest money.
I would invest some of it in real estate.
I'm a financial advisor, so a lot in the stock market. I'm a very active trader as it is, so I probably just have a nice bigger account with a lot more zeros on it.
Investments, I don't know, it's too risky. So my bet would be putting it in the bank for sure.
Up next, we head to a dinner party that needs saving before it even begins. The holiday season is here, and it seems that everyone is getting together with family and friends. Madison and Ranko decided to host a party, but couldn't decide on what to serve. Thankfully, lifestyle expert and food author Trish Magwood came to the rescue.
My friends Madison and Ranko are throwing a party. They've done all the necessary party planning. They've sent out the invites, created the playlist, selected the wines, but where they're having trouble is deciding what appetizers to serve their guests. So I'm here to help.
I love anything French food, indulgent, romantic, just comfortable.
What about you? I'm more inclined to go to some Greek inspired. I love the vegetable, the spicing, and just the small portion. It's just more of a handsy kind of food.
I think we can match make those together. I think we can make them work together. What do you think? I think it sounds great. Yeah. So we're gonna want to do things that you can make a bit ahead of time, so you're a guest at your own party, right?
Definitely.
So that's something to keep in mind, and maybe a last minute warm up. You know, very current to do small tasting plates, tapas, sharing. So maybe small plates only with napkins, so that we can limit the cleanup at the end.
I think that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
That's great.
Okay, I think we've got some direction for our focus for our food, so let's get started. We're ready for our French-inspired crostini. We have all the makings of France. Our spreadable brie, Forel pears, tarragon, which is such a nice addition. And we'll add that in with the spreadable brie and our pecan. So do you want to cut the crostini?
Sure.
Do it nice and thin, and then a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on it. We'll pop it in the oven for a few minutes, and then we'll add the toppings. And the President spreadable brie makes it so much easier and faster. No rind, so I don't have to cut anything.
Great.
And of course, there's no processed anything, so it's delicious and good. Oh, perfect. Okay, those are great. Give a mountain of brie. So whenever I'm cutting something round and wobbly like that, I like taking the bottom off first, so then you have a little...
Nice. That's a good tip.
I think that you need to have, just for sort of a partial cocktail party, 6 to 8 pieces per person, and if it's a full cocktail party, you need like 10. And then we'll put the pears on, and the honey, and the pecans. You want it to have a nice generous bite, not a tiny delicate one. A perfect French-inspired hors d'oeuvre. Our brie, pear, and pecan crostini. And the last one. Go. Perfect. Put that right there. Oh, these look good.
Smells so good.
Perfect little size. So let's pop those on the board. Look at the pretty ones. Good. And we get to eat one too. So good. Okay, it looks like we're ready to create a Greek Isle extravaganza here.
Fantastic.
Super
I can't
easy.
wait.
We have this amazing Presidente spreadable feta, which makes life a lot easier than the crumbly feta,
Definitely.
especially for hors d'oeuvres. And we'll add our little Greek salad that's going on top. Oregano is another classic herb that goes with our Greek flavors. You can use fresh or dried. We're using fresh. Artichokes, tomatoes, oregano, olives, extra virgin olive oil, some salt and pepper, delicious. And then we can just put this on top and away we go. It's like a bruschetta. And then let's go right onto our presentation board there. So these you can make ahead and have them in an airtight container and then just replenish as the guests demolish them. There you go.
They look beautiful.
Yeah, happy
fantastic.
with those.
Oh,
Yeah.
very happy.
Hey,
Absolutely.
how's it going, guys? Good. We've done all the heavy lifting for you. No more work.
Well, our guests are going to be here soon, so we have to get ready and say goodbye and thank you.
Yay! Have a great party, you guys. Have fun.
Thanks for your help,
Enjoy.
Trish. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are these all ready to go?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Everything looks perfect, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
I'll go put on the music.
I'll get the door.
Okay.
People believe that money's going to save them, that everything's going to be better, that money's going to make the world a better place, but it's not the truth.
I was living in the US in 2008, and a big money myth is that banks are safe.
The myth people believe about money is that with money you can do everything.
My bank failed. I would be extremely devastated. I don't really know what I would do.
I would start crying.
I would call my bank immediately, first of all, and I would probably try and call CDIC to find out where I was covered.
CDIC, does it protect investments in banks?
I don't know. Can you tell me? I really don't know.
CDIC stands for Canada Deposit Insurance Corporation. I know that because I work at the bank. They insure all main banks.
The cold weather and shorter days of winter can drag you down, but interior designer Alice Wright has some great ideas on how adding natural light to our lives can energize us throughout the winter months.
My client Matt is mid-renovation. He just installed the skylights and I'm really excited to see how it looks.
Matt, I can't believe how much this space has changed from where we came from to where we are now.
Well, the main thing was getting additional natural light in. I'm a big reader, so getting natural light in was a huge factor. So one of the things that you suggested was creating a cathedral ceiling, potentially adding skylights.
I love the way we incorporated the skylights into the space. We went with the fixed skylights, we used the 2x4 and the 4x4 combination, and then on this side, we used the solar-powered motorized vented skylights. A lot of my clients think that skylights leak. I recommend using the Velux Skylight because if you hire a certified installer, they will use the engineered flashing that ensures water protection for your interior. Another product I recommend to my clients are sun tunnels. You can put them in spaces where you can't fit a skylight. It really allows the natural light to come down into those small spaces, and it's a very cost-effective way to save my clients some money and still bring in that natural light.
I've probably used, well, hundreds of Velux skylights in the 30 years that I've been doing architecture. A skylight is actually very discreet on the roof, but it tells a little glimpse of a story about something that's happening inside. Is that it's probably a cathedral space or it's a bright space inside. It's almost inviting.
It's amazing to talk to Jonathan about light and space. He really takes all of the light and the location of the house on the property into consideration when deciding where to put the skylights and how to bring that natural light into the space. It makes a huge difference for my clients. Wow, look at the natural light in this house. It's amazing.
There's not one light on right now. It's all natural light in February, so you get light like this. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. You've done such a lovely job.
So what we have here is two fixed skylights and a venting unit, which opens up electronically, and it'll close automatically if it rains.
Now, are there other areas where you've used skylight to bring in the natural light in other parts of the house?
Let me show you.
Okay, great.
Okay, come on in here. This is, now we're on the northeast or northwest corner of the house.
So tell me a little bit about how the clients feel about having a skylight in the bedroom.
Well, I think at first they're a little apprehensive thinking about it because they got, light right over top, but we got a blackout blind that can go right down and makes it completely black in here. And in the morning, you can program it so you can open up the blind and wake up to the blue sky and sunshine.
That's fantastic. So it looks like there's a lot of light in the closet. Can we take a look?
Yeah, this is a crazy thing we did here too, but just look what it does.
Oh
we got
my
no lights
gosh.
in here, but the skylight. And we got all this natural light in here.
I love incorporating skylights into my early design phase of a project. It really brings the drama into the space, bringing that natural light into the house, and it makes the client happy.
And now, let's look at some plans and dreams for a perfect retirement.
My dream retirement is moving out of this country to South America.
A cottage on a lake, somewhere quiet and private.
I love to take my family wherever they want to go.
My dream retirement is to live a long, happy life and not have to worry about money at all.
There's only one way to achieve your retirement money. It's work a lot and save money.
And I think it's probably going to take another 20 years of savings and hard work.
I have to stop shopping. I have to stop spending.
By placing my money in a safe account at the bank and safe investments.
I guess the safest place probably is a bank because of all the protections that are offered in Canada.
Maybe dig a hole in the forest somewhere and then map it out later when I need it.
RSPs, guaranteed investments, definitely the bank.
The holiday season can be such a busy time of year. Many of us find there is just no time to cook the meals we crave. So it's no wonder that slow cookers have long been a popular last-minute gift idea for busy families. Megan and Kevin got a slow cooker for their wedding and asked home economist Joyce Parslow to stop by and help them bring slow-cooked meals to the table amidst their busy schedule.
I really don't know what to do when it comes to buying meats.
There's lots of meat to choose from here.
A lot.
And I think I'm going to choose the cross rib hot roast for you.
Ooh, yummy.
And it makes a great anchor for a healthy plate here with your seasonal vegetables. That'll really make a great nourishing meal.
As a home economist and a mom, I help families get budget-wise, wholesome meals to their tables.
Getting comfortable with cooking is going to make us comfortable having more people over and family over, entertaining and barbecuing.
Now you say you're confused when you get to the meat counter.
Yes.
We've got a great app to help you figure out how to buy your meat. It'll tell you how to cook the cut, and there's lots of great recipes too.
That's perfect.
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay,
back to the
perfect.
kitchen.
So Megan, you've got this beautiful kitchen. What's the problem with you trying to get a nice home-cooked meal on the table?
The biggest challenge for us is our staggered schedules. Kevin's 9 to 5, I'm getting home late, we just end up throwing in a frozen pizza.
Well, you know, there's this great new website called the Yummy lunchclub.ca. Because what you need is a strategy where you cook a meal once and then you use the leftovers to make a great lunch next day.
Technology can go a long way to help with confidence in the kitchen.
I'll just take you through it a bit. See, they've got recipes here. And look, there's even a great video for the Greek pot roast that we're gonna make.
Oh, that looks delicious. Now, how would I incorporate that when I'm getting home late at evenings?
Well, this is why I thought the pot roast was a good solution for you, because you can cook it like it shows in the video in a cast iron roaster, but for you probably need to turn to your slow cooker. Put it in there in the morning, and it just takes minutes to prepare. And then it cooks all day, simmers away, the meat gets beautiful and tender, it makes its own sauce. You come home to a fabulous meal.
That would help us out so much.
And you get leftovers to make lunch the next day, and the website can really help you know how to turn that into a fabulous lunch for the two of you too.
Today's been great, learning new recipe and how to extend it into lunch.
So we've got our cross rib pot roast, and there's very little you need to do to get this ready. So we're just gonna season it. You do the pepper, I'll do salt. Season it all over. Good.
Ooh, that looks good.
That's all you need to do to the roast.
Okay.
For the sauce, we just have a basic tomato sauce. So I'm just gonna add some oregano to it. And then we're gonna put some olives in. Have you put it in olive before?
I never have.
It's easy to do with a knife. You can just do that, and then you pull the pit out.
Okay.
Want to give that a whirl? Or you can
Let's
just use your thumb. So that's all it is to it, really.
Wow.
So why don't we just pour in our olives here, and you give it a stir. So I'm just gonna pop this into the slow cooker, and then we're ready to go.
Oh, awesome.
So that's all there is to it. You could easily do that in the morning.
Absolutely.
So let's get the sauce on. Just pour it over
on
top. Yeah. And I like to cook this on low, because if you cook it on high, you sort of reduce its ability to tenderize. So it'll take about 8 hours. You know, we're all done here. You're ready to go to work now.
That's great. Thank you, Joyce.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was great to see Megan get so comfortable using her slow cooker.
Megan!
I'm in the kitchen. How are ya?
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
How about yourself? What do we have here?
We have a Greek pot roast and 2 different types of salads.
It must have been really busy with Joyce today.
It was awesome with Joyce.
Oh, it's a lot of food.
You know what? It is a lot of food, but it's great because we can pack this up for lunch tomorrow and take it to work.
Perfect.
Yeah, so cook once and eat twice.
Cook once, eat twice. The Greek pot roast turned into a great next day lunch.
What can I do?
Actually, you can toss the salad there. Today's meal tasted phenomenal. The roast was melt in your mouth. Kevin wanted thirds. It was so good, and I think it's something really easy that I can do on a weekly basis, something that I can pick up easily.
For more tasty recipes, visit makeitbeef.ca. Up next, a winner is finally chosen in a showdown between 2 tasty recipes.
If I had to give away my money to anybody, it would very much be my family.
None to government.
If I gave all my money away, it would be to my 3 children.
If I had to give my money away, I'll give it to my wife. She's pregnant. She have a baby coming. So I'll give it to her.
If a disaster hit, I wouldn't be able to protect them because I have no money saved.
I'd just be devastated. I'd probably just stand there with my mouth open helplessly, honestly.
I think having savings set aside for a rainy day is always a good idea.
How can I ensure my savings are safe? I'm not sure that I have. I just have to believe that what I'm doing is right, and hopefully that the institutions are doing their part.
Take it out of the bank and hide it somewhere.
We just actually sold our house and we got $200,000, and we ended up putting $100,000 into 2 different accounts because we know that they're insured.
Two talented cooks had the challenge of wowing me with simple appetizers that had to feature an ingredient I don't typically care for: mushrooms. We've already had a look at how they started the recipes. Now, let's see how they finished them and which of the 2 amazing appetizers I liked best. Carol, competition looks tough. I was just checking in with Brittany. Hers looks really good.
I'm feeling really good. So, ice cold pastry. I've cut it into 4. So for each one, I'm going to put 2 spoons of filling. And then I'm going to take this corner over and make a lovely little triangle. Then I'm going to take this fork and I'm just going to score the edges. You don't want your filling all leaking out.
Okay.
And then you're going to put 2 holes in it. Then we take, this is our egg wash. I have a little turmeric, a little bit of water, and some beaten egg.
And what does the egg do?
Because I'm adding this fleur de sel, which is a really chunky, beautiful salt, as you can see, to the top. And on each one, I'm putting a little sprig of thyme, and that will stick to the egg wash.
And it looks so pretty.
I'm worried that Stacy might not like my meatballs because I think she likes things that are a little bit more exotic.
The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is I've made it quite spicy, and I'm not sure how spicy she likes her food.
Okay, ladies, it's the moment of truth. Here I go. Okay, Carol, I'm going to start with your beef patty. I love the spice. It's nice and flaky, has a great crust. Brittany, time for your meatball. The nice spicy sauce is amazing. I love the texture. And this would be great on spaghetti. But I have to decide. This is the hard part. I pick you, Carol. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You did an amazing job.
That was fun.
Carol, now I gotta try your beef patty.
Well, I need to have a meatball. I'm going to use my fingers, though. That's really good.
So good.
So good.
I've learned so much today. Now, I just need to find an excuse to have people over to try out both of these recipes. For more creative ways on how to blend mushrooms into your meal, visit blendandextend.ca. Thanks for watching For Your Life. For more information about the products and services we featured, or to be on the show, visit fifthstory.com. I'm Stacey Engelhardt. See you next time.